Mr. Chairman, Chief Directors and Directors of Government Ministries, League Chief Executives of State Agencies, our illustrious resource persons, distinguished stakeholders of the shipping industry, friends of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me utmost pleasure to be addressing this distinguished audience, which is made up of mainly representatives of government ministries, departments, and agencies. I'd like first of all, on behalf of the Ghana Shippers Authority, to welcome all of you to this seminar on Uncleared Cargo List, UCL. Mr. Chairman, it is important at the onset to provide some background to the subject of UCL and the need for this seminar. Generally, the customs clearance regime allows for consignments upon arrival at the seaports to be domiciled within the port or designated terminal for 7 free days without attracting storage charges as rent from the custodians. This is to enable importers, consignees to undertake the necessary processes to take delivery of the goods through customs clearance. After the first 7 free days, the goods attract a rent fee for each additional day or days it remains within the custody of the port or terminal. The rent fee is quoted in Ghana cedis and is multiplied by the total number of the days that it stays in the port or in the terminal. Similarly, for the carrier's agent, that is the shipping lines, the usage of the container after the first 7 days, which are free, also attracts a fee referred to as container demurrage. This fee is quoted in US dollars and is progressive as the days count. Studies that we have undertaken here in the authority show that in 2017 alone, 76 million US dollars and 48 million Ghana cedis were paid by importers as demurrage and rent, respectively. With major policy interventions, key among which is the nationwide demurrage sensitization campaigns, which we have organized in collaboration with key industry stakeholders, the estimated demurrage amounts paid in 2018 reduced to 59 million US dollars, and there are indications that 2019 will even be better. Mr. Chairman, the focus of today's seminar is uncleared cargo, which generically refers to cargoes not cleared after the bill of entry has been filed by the importer, or where the importer does not even file the bill of entry for clearance of goods. It is often the case that goods imported into the country for one reason or the other may not be entered and cleared within the legally stipulated period of 60 days for motor vehicles and 21 days for general goods after the final discharge of the ship or aircraft. Such goods are therefore forfeited to the state and put up for auction by customs to defray the import revenue associated with the consignment and also mitigate the incessant occurrence of uncleared cargo. The authority's research has shown a high propensity for consignment of MDAs to overstay at the ports with dire financial consequences. While there are a number of reasons why goods may overstay in the port, one of the major processes that affects the clearance for some category of imported goods and which results in consignments reaching the customs UCL threshold is the exemption or permit regime. In Ghana, permits for exemptions for imports are granted by the Ministry of Finance through GRA-Customs in consultation with relevant government ministries, departments, and agencies. Therefore, any delays in this process would affect the clearance time. This seminar has therefore been put together to highlight the issues, challenges faced by MDAs, and how to generally avoid delays. Some of these may border on attitudinal, procedural, or policy modifications as well as a possible review of existing legislation. It is tried knowledge that consignments of state-owned agencies are not forfeited to the state for purposes of auction. However, their final clearance is accompanied by huge demurrage and rent charges that would have accumulated over the period. If we were to take a scenario of 2040 containers of hospital supplies or equipment that stays in the port for 100 days before they are cleared, we would notice that at the current demurrage rate, the agency will be required to pay approximately $167,000 US, or an equivalent of 880,000 Ghana cedis for demurrage alone. Mr. Chairman, the irony is that these amounts most probably will be much higher than the import duties for which the exemption was being sought. Distinguished participants, the key focus of the government's vision of a Ghana beyond aid is to reach the goal of developing the country, not through dependence on aid from development partners, but through available resources. For this to be achievable, every available resource, indeed every city, must count. As agencies of state, the payment of these accumulated demurrage and rent charges amount to a wasteful dissipation of national resources that could otherwise have provided essential services for our citizens. It is in the light of the foregoing that a comprehensive panel of experts has been assembled from the Ministry of Finance, GRA-Customs, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Ship Owners and Agents Association of Ghana, and the Association of Custom House Agents of Ghana, to address the various dimensions of the issue and to assist MDAs to take the necessary remedial measures to forestall the high incidence of consignments of state-owned enterprises reaching the customs UCL threshold. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Shippers Authority is a creation of statute and were created by NRCD 254 in 1974. Over the 45 years of its existence, the authority has discharged its mandate of protecting and promoting the interests of shippers in Ghana. Within the framework of this mandate, the authority has instituted time-tested mechanisms for the resolution of shippers' complaints, conducts relevant training for shippers, it negotiates the charges of shipping service providers, partners with the private sector for the provision of relevant infrastructure aimed at improving the competitiveness of the shipper in Ghana. The authority advocates on shippers' issues and also conducts research into issues affecting shippers and the shipping industry as a whole. Mr. Chairman, the authority wishes to use this platform to urge all MDAs who by this mandate are clothed with the powers to introduce any policy that will affect importers and exporters to notify the authority prior to its implementation. Such engagements only serve to improve the general awareness, acceptability, and overall success of the policy. And I'd like to urge all of us, representatives of MDAs here, to please take this into account. Distinguished participants, to further give expression to our commitment to the business of shippers easy, flexible, and responsive to changing needs of the shipping industry, the authority recently launched the Shippers app to make available and accessible a repertoire of trade and transport information via the mobile phone. The app provides maritime trade statistics, information on vessel movements, ports charges, contacts of key stakeholders within the maritime industry, as well as industry news. You can be sure that any procedural changes that will be occasioned by the recent reviews to the permit and exemptions regime would be adequately captured and duly updated on our app. The Shippers app may be downloaded from Play Store and App Store on Android and iOS respectively. With these words, I once again welcome you all to this seminar and look forward to very, very fruitful deliberations. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
For comprehensive statistics on Ghana's maritime industry, visit our website at www.shippers.org.gh. Point to publications and click on Maritime Trade Statistics.